Namaste and welcome to Sutra Network, your trusted link to news, views, and stories that matter. Here we'll untangle the threads of today's biggest headlines and deeper shows. Donald Trump's trade advisor Peter Navarro warned that it won't end well for India if New Delhi doesn't align with the US in trade and foreign policy. In an interview, he doubled down on calling India the Maharaja of tariffs, accusing it of imposing the highest duty on US goods. Navarro criticized India's increased Russian oil imports after 2022, calling it profiteering that hurts American taxpayers. He said India must stop buying Russian crude, claiming the road to peace partly runs through New Delhi. Listing deals with the EU, Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and Indonesia, he urged India to come around or risk being grouped with Russia and China. Navarro also attacked the BRICS bloc, branding members vampires exploiting the US with unfair trade practices. He argued the alliance won't last due to historic rivalries, pointing to India-China tensions, Brazil's economic troubles, and Russia-China frictions. The remarks came after a BRICS virtual summit attended by India's S. Jaishankar. Navarro, meanwhile, faced fact checks online for false claims about India oil imports and lashed out an Indian propagandist on X after a user poll went against him. Thailand's Supreme Court has ordered former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra to serve 1 year in prison, ruling that his 2023 hospital stay did not count as time served. The 76-year-old was originally sentenced to 8 years for corruption and abuse of power. After returning from exile in 2023, his term was reduced to 1 year by royal pardon, and he was freed early as an elderly inmate. Without spending a night in prison, the court found his medical condition insufficient to justify bypassing jail and issued a warrant to transfer him to Bangkok Remand Prison. Thaksin, ousted in a 2006 coup, remains a polarizing figure in Thailand's struggle between his populist camp and the conservative establishment. His return last year, coinciding with his Pheu Thai Party's rise, drew accusations of special treatment. The ruling comes days after the fall of the Pheu Thai-led government, with his daughter, Paetongtarn, disqualified as PM. Despite the setback, she said her father is in good spirits and remains a guiding figure for supporters. Nepal has lifted a social media ban but imposed curfews in Kathmandu, Lalitpur, and Bhaktapur. After protests left 19 people dead and more than 300 injured. The unrest was fueled by anger over alleged corruption and restrictions on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and X. Curfews under the Local Administration Act prohibit protests and gatherings. In Lalitpur, restrictions last until midnight, while in Kathmandu and Bhaktapur they began Tuesday morning with no end time announced. Police used tear gas and water cannons as protesters stormed barricades near Parliament. The government blocked 26 social media platforms last week for failing to register under new rules on misinformation and fake accounts. TikTok avoided the ban by complying, while Telegram was banned earlier in July. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli urged calm, insisting the government never favored the ban, but protesters accused him and other leaders of rampant corruption. India has raised strong concerns with Canada after a Khalsa Day parade flowed in. Malton featured a poster targeting High Commissioner designate Dinesh Patnaik. The poster accused him of sabotaging a 2018 Khalistan referendum in London when he was Deputy High Commissioner to the UK. Patnaik's appointment was announced on August 28. Though he has not yet assumed charge in Ottawa, the Indian High Commission has taken up the matter with Global Affairs Canada, and Patnaik is expected to receive enhanced security from the RCMP, as his predecessor Sanjay Kumar Verma did in 2023 following threats from pro-Khalistan groups. Diplomatic tensions had escalated last year after Canada alleged Indian involvement in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a claim India rejected as absurd. Relations deteriorated with mutual expulsions of diplomats but began improving in June after talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Mark Carney. At the 2025 MTV Video Music Awards, Sabrina Carpenter delivered a high-energy performance of a new single, Cheers, then blended entertainment with activism, joined by drag performers from Drag Race and dancers dressed as police officers. Carpenter used this stage to spotlight trans rights. Some performers held signs reading "In Trans We Trust" and "Protect Trans Rights," echoing growing concerns over legislative efforts targeting gender identity care. Drag artist Honey Balenciaga fresh off Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour, was among those featured. Carpenter, known as LGBTQIA+ ally, shifted from a sparkling fringe dress to a new look mid-performance, channeling the energy of a Tears music video, which also includes Emmy winner Coleman Domingo in drag. India opened their Asia Cup campaign in the UAE this week, beginning a new T20I era after the retirement of Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli and Ravindra Jadeja. Led by Suryakumar Yadav, the squad features Shubman Gill, Hardik Pandya and Jasprit Bumrah, with rising talents like Abhishek Sharma expected to step up. This is the first big tournament after the 2024 T20 World Cup. The journey starts from the Asia Cup, Surya said, noting India will play over 20 T20Is before the 2026 World Cup. Defending champions India remain favourites, but Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan and Bangladesh pose strong challenges. Group A includes India, Pakistan, UAE and Oman, while Group B has Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Hong Kong. Matches in Dubai and Abu Dhabi are expected to favour slower bowlers due to heat and sluggish pitches. India open against UAE on Wednesday, aiming to fine-tune ahead of next year's World Cup. OpenAI is reportedly in talks with Reliance Industries and major Indian data center operators to bring its $500 billion supercomputing project, Stargate, to India. The Sam Altman-led company has been in discussions with Reliance for 6 months while also engaging Sifi Technologies and Yotta Data Services, according to the Economic Times. Talks have focused on data center capacity and power availability. The move aligns with India's push for OpenAI to invest locally and store citizens' data within the country. A government official told that OpenAI has been asked to allocate at least a few billions of the project to India. Reliance recently launched its AI unit, Reliance Intelligence, and is planning the world's largest data center in Jamnagar, strengthening Mukesh Ambani's AI ambitions. Former WhatsApp security head Atullah Beg has sued Meta in a San Francisco federal court, alleging systematic cybersecurity lapses and retaliation. Beg claims around 1,500 engineers and unrestricted access to user data, potentially violating a 2020 US order that fined Meta $5 billion. His complaint says executives, including Mark Zuckerberg, ignored warnings that WhatsApp engineers could move or steal data undetected. Beg alleges he was fired in 2025 after retaliation. Meta denies the claim, calling him a poor performer and exaggerating his role, noting US regulators had dismissed earlier complaints. The case adds to scrutiny over Meta's data practices. Defense Minister Israel Katz warned that Gaza will be razed if Hamas does not disarm and release hostages held for 23 months. Katz said 30 high-rise terror buildings and dozens of other targets were destroyed to pave the way for a ground offensive. His post, featuring video of Gaza City's Al Raya Tower, collapsed following IDF strikes on multiple buildings reportedly used by Hamas. The IDF confirmed hitting 2 high-rise while urging residents to evacuate. Katz declared if Hamas terrorists do not lay down their arms and free the hostages, they will be destroyed and Gaza will be razed. The Supreme Court on Monday struggling with medical jargon while hearing Dr. S. Ganpati's plea, challenging the definition of brain death under the Transplantation of Organs and Tissue Act 1994. The petitioner argued the concept is unscientific, unconstitutional, and exploited to harvest organs from poor patients. He questioned why only underprivileged patients are declared brain dead. The bench of Justice Surya Kant and Jo Malya Bagchi said courts cannot alter Parliament's definition, though it may be incomplete. Unable to grasp the complex medical arguments, the court suggested expert review and agreed to take the case with Ganpati's pending 2018 petition. क्लब में हमारा मानना है कि आपकी आध्यात्मिक यात्रा उतनी ही सार्थक होनी चाहिए जितनी कि उसकी मंजिल। 10 सालों से भी अधिक समय से हम श्रद्धालुओं को भारत के सबसे पवित्र स्थलों, जिनमें अयोध्या, काशी, मथुरा शामिल हैं, इन सब से जोड़ते हैं। रामायण और अन्य प्राचीन ग्रंथों से प्रेरित हमारे विशेषज्ञ मार्गदर्शक एक प्रामाणिक और गहन संतुष्टिदायक अनुभव सुनिश्चित करते हैं। हमने 120 से अधिक गंतव्यों की 500 से अधिक तीर्थ यात्राओं में 15 17,000 से अधिक प्रसन्न श्रद्धालुओं का सफलतापूर्वक मार्गदर्शन किया है, जिससे आपकी यात्रा आरामदायक, किफायती और आध्यात्मिकता से भरपूर बने। हमारी तेज, विश्वसनीय और किफायती यात्राओं के साथ आपका एकमात्र ध्यान आपकी भक्ति पर है। रामायण क्लब को अपनी तीर्थ यात्रा को एक यादगार अनुभव बनाने का मौका दें। अधिक जानकारी के लिए हमारी वेबसाइट पर क्लिक करें।